was born and bred in Lagos, but a native of Ibadan. My father is Alhaji Salauddin Alamu Agbaje Salami. He is from Ibadan. My birthday is 9th February 1948. And my mother comes from Ibida and Lagos. That's from Oshodi family from Ibida, Salawe from Lagos, Jakonde from Lagos. My father happens to be a musician in the olden days at Ibadan. Say something around 30s to 40s. Even to 50s before he finally answered the call of God. He happens to be, he was a very popular musician that well known, but throughout, but only in Ibadan and not Lagos. So, but I think his prayer when he was alive that my children should be popular more than me. He is a very popular musician, not only in Ibadan, but now I'm his son. His prayer has been answered by the Almighty Allah. I'm not only a popular musician in Nigeria, but throughout the universe. I started my primary education in Muslim mission school at Odilowo Mushi. I left Muslim mission school in 1958, then proceeded to mainland middle school at Akodo Mushi. Finally passed out my elementary education in 1960. But after my elementary education, I proceeded to Yaba Polytechnic College. Not that Yaba Polytechnic College now. The one at Panere Street at the back of Makoko. I was there 1961 from 1, 1962 from 2, 1963 from 3. But I lost my daddy in 1958. My mommy, that's the reason why I am so much in love with my mommy. My mommy struggled. She was selling all this pepper, gure, and everything. But she tried all her possible best after the diminishing of my daddy. She tried all she could to be able to really encourage or let me finish my secondary education. But very unfortunately, the finance aspect of it she couldn't meet up. So I have to consider leaving the school, leaving my secondary school to go and learn Chatan and typing. Stable split number 3 or so. So from there, I sat for RST examination. I'm having RST 1, 2, 3 in Chatan and typing. And that was really tendered to the army before I was in 1968 for la music. Sakara and Napola music, especially the one for Sakaba Ayinde. So if you at times I double into Papa with all my due respect, I double into his song because I have a special interest. It really inspired me, and Baba Olatunji Yusuf, and especially Baba Arun Osila. If you look so deep into my music, you will realize there's never a record in which there will never be a reflection of Apala music in it. That's the reason why when I wanted to introduce Fuji, when I wanted to turn really into Fuji, I was all alone. That was 1966. Then I started to sing. I tried how can I be able to convince people that this, what do I call this music? Oh, I'm changing from Willie. Willie is beautiful music, and it's only 30 days at the time of Ramadan. After that, 30 days, no more till next year. But people have been encouraging me to turn it to professional. Then how do I call my type of music? Oh, one music has been played in Lagos at that time by Olaibade Esaka, Olaibade Saka, Olaibade Jolly Lawa, Bashir Abinoye. That happens to be my senior brother. And my senior brother as well, Alaji Kawu Aminu, Baba Ralia, lots of. big and old people has been playing one sort of music in Lagos at that time, as at 50s, called Fuji music. But this is not the type of Fuji music they are playing. The name of that music was that Fuji was fading out while we are growing. So I decided, what do I call it, Fuji music or what? And then I remembered there's a mountain in Hong Kong that is named after Fuji, and it happens to be a mountain of love. So I decided to name that my type of music Fuji music because of that two reasons: the fading away of that name, that type of music being played in Lagos, and because that mountain is mountain of love, and what really I want my music to be is nothing but music for love. So I decided to borrow that name. So I really borrowed that name. Then when I turned music, when I turned it to Fuji, to professional music, then I renamed it Fuji music. That was in 1966. My first record was released on the same day with King Sunny Ade's first record. My first single record caught me as authority, and that's from Sholade. He's a senior brother of mine and happened to be a very close friend of mine. King Sunny Ade. My first record was that single of 3 minutes was released the same day week. So the King Sunny Ade was recorded in 1966 by Niger song, now African song 2YC. That was 1966. Yes, that's a very interesting question. It's true dedication, love, and interest. Anything worth doing at all is worth doing well. That moment in time, that was 1966. If you look at 66 through something around 78, for that 12 years was the beginning of Juju music, all out for Juju music. And I wanted to come in with a brand of music. Then I have to really use my own strategy at that time to popularize my type kind of Fiji music, because it appeals only to the Muslims that time. And when you want to turn pro, then you have to really extend it to beyond religion ethnicity. Then I tried my possible best. So if I want to sing out, I say, okay, if I love Anabi Muhammad, then I will recite the Holy Quran. Then I say, if I love Anabi Isa, then I start to say, just to draw the Christian. Even the other religious aspect. Traditionalists, I don't want to leave them behind. Then I'll say, he said, no, I just use that as a listener, and it works for me. So I'm able to put them all together, at least to appreciate my type of music. That time, Akola music was raining, Sakara music was raining, Juju music, especially King Sunny Ade and Chief Commander Ebenezer, now Evangelist. They were raining so much that if any music has to be created, one has to be very, very careful. Then I started to use my co-style. So I can sing like Sunny Ade, Kiniko, and say, I should be me or Sunny Ade concert there. They will enjoy my music. Then I say, I want to sing, I can as well sing like, it's just like I'm Tato in that time. Then I would say I can sing like every song I say, Ilea Bilo, Ode Bawa, Ode, I'll sing. The evangelist Business Obey once usually enjoy and say, I can sing like Karen Oshola. If I made a record, that moment I said, one question, which in local sound from the community, I can sing like Anifula Kuti or something. So I just use that as a strategy, and by the grace of God, I'm able to stay true. A tree can never make a forest. Be the lonely Fuji musician at that time. I have a junior brother of mine who lived with me at that time. That's me, this perfect peace. Ladi Mosuru Akode. He did the music record before me. That was about 2 months before mine. That is really music. Um, but it wasn't so much popular. But mine immediately they released mine. Hey, just go anywhere, everybody. I strongly believe in working so hard at least to achieve what my aim and objective. But it was so tough, so tough. That's an idea that the old people normally says it's near me. There wasn't anybody to struggle with me. That's myself and my boys. We were trying all our possible best. We tried, but things wasn't so much okay. Then I don't have any option. The war broke in Nigeria. I think I can be able to hand better salary in the army. If I tell you it's only to put Nigeria to keep Nigeria, you know it's black line. It's important for me to keep Nigeria, to keep Nigeria one. But the primary objective of it is I want money. Then I have to go for it. That money was £19.5 that time. It was a very big money. Then the interest of keeping Nigeria one then follows. So accountable, I can remember vividly some. Let me mention 1972. That is to West African code. But really, I started uh, to import Fuji music to international to Europe, to the other enlightened world in 1979. 79 to London, 80 to London, 86, 87 to US, 89 back to London, 1990, 1990 to London and Scotland, 1993 to France, Germany on the World Festival, Germany to Amsterdam, Switzerland, all sort of lots. Then in 1994, I made it to US and Canada. I have a lot in my, on my sleeves. So because I can't really remember, it's a lot. Thanks to God, it's a lot. If I may cut back, if I'm not going to lose the count. It's about I think that will be about 35 Chief Classic title by the grace of God. The Fuji music of olden days is probably different to what they are playing just now. It's not that the difference is not they don't derail in what they are doing. No. But was he going on his own? That's the only way of Fuji goes on his own. The Odua of Fuji music goes on his own. The how do I call it? All of them just goes like that. They playing different types of Fuji music. What does that mean? If I said I should continue to mention the names of Fuji, they all my children. I don't call Colinti my children. He's my colleague, and he's a very good friend of mine. But in exception of Colinti, who happens to be a close friend of mine, all Fuji musicians are my sons. They are my children. They are my sons. They are my daughters. I was thinking, don't let me just leave that. I think I've not answered that music. It's now with a lot of sophistication. Fuji music before at the beginning was purely traditional this thing, but now, hey, look at this, young children taking it to a certain height. You will sit back and say, oh, good great God, yeah, these people are going to hell. They are trying, and when they are in anything they do, I normally don't feel in my responsibility to call them privately and tell them, I don't like this vocal, this thing. I don't like it. It's too vulgar. I talk to not until when I bring them to on the air or say it in the newspaper. Who else carry me? I don't like. I don't notice me. I call them and tell them this one you said. If they need to be parked at the back, I park them. If they need to be silly one or try to desist from a certain level of either vulgar or all these things, I tell them they understand me.